There you go. Yeah. So what are the reasons? Yeah. So what are the reasons that these startups fail? And if we go back to that friend of yours that started a pharmacy and it failed, I mean, that friend finds herself in a situation that many of us find ourselves in. Every year, PPB says 1,000 pharmacies never get to see their first anniversary. They never get to renew. And the issue is just, if you look at what are the issues, so they undergo catastrophic failure. Because of there's inefficient business management competence, there's lack of mentorship, support, there's no knowledge of the market on how to make their business profitable. And of course, it's just extremely scary. Anyone who wants to run a pharmacy or a healthcare practice for that matter is scared to even, if I borrow money or if I save my savings, and it all goes down the drain like what happened to the other person, it's scary. It sort of cripples us from moving. And that's actually one of the reasons why the health sector really isn't moving, because we are having the professionals or the people who are passionate about healthcare being so scared and crippled by what is happening in the sector. So these are the 9 reasons. Of course, the first one is lack of the right team. And there are many things about the team. The team is people who you are aligned with. You can say, okay, I'll do it by myself. Maybe I'll get a mentor. That's okay. Or you can say, to leverage on all this, I'll get 4 of us or 3 of us. We put money together. The other 2 or 3 can go and pursue their own careers, and I will be here running, and then there will be sort of the support in terms of coming in once in a while to help, with running of the business, and giving support and accountability and encouragement. Misfit in the target market. I know many of us are passionate about many healthcare, or anyone who's passionate about healthcare is so passionate about offering the service. They haven't really looked at the target market. Is it ready? Is my market ready for personalized care? And even if it's not, how do I avail it while still remaining sustainable in my business? Because it's one thing if you're passionate, but the other thing, if you can't wake up tomorrow motivated and with the resources to open your pharmacy, the landlord will close you up, yeah? So you have to have that sort of a holistic approach. Yes, there's a passion, but how then do we avail the products to the markets, and how do we talk in a language they understand? Yeah. Poor resource allocation. I think I can't stress that up. Lack of mentoring. Number 4. A faulty business model. Sometimes we look at what we want to offer the market instead of what the market needs, or how can I communicate that to the market? Yeah. And how will I sustain the business until it's profitable? Because you won't open your pharmacy today, and I know some of you are here. I can see Dr. Wanjoy and others here who've started their own pharmacies. It takes a while. You need a runway. Yeah. Does your model support the runway? Yeah. Does it have a runway? Yeah, for you to take off. Absence of a branding strategy. So you want to offer MTM, medication therapy management, all these nice things for the patient, but they just see you as in the sea of other, independent pharmacies. They just see you as just one of the others. Yeah, there's no differentiator. Yeah, so you need a branding strategy, and that kills a lot of us, because like what we did with Haltons is just come up with a brand book and brand all the pharmacies. They all had the same look and feel, or they had the same message. Yeah, and I'll be talking about how we can do that with the network. Improper management, just being passionate but lacking the skills of management. Yeah, or you have the vision but you don't have the discipline to do the day-to-day. Crunch in cash flow. A big thing that kills your cash flow, as some of you would know, is in a community pharmacy, is you open, you've bought stocks, you keep buying stocks, your clients want stocks, but you don't have cash flow to keep up. Yeah, because if you buy from a supplier, even if it's your favorite supplier and they give you 60 days, after 60 days you have to sell, you have to pay. Whether you're bought or Whether you have sold or not, you have to pay. If you borrow from a bank every month, you have to pay. Yeah. So you have to figure out how your cash flow will, and you want the business to be profitable to be able to sustain its cash flow. And of course, no backup plan. Yeah. In case something shakes up your market. Yeah. What do you do? Let me share the screen again. Feel free to even, if you raise your hands, you can ask a question, or just put your questions on the Q&A. PowerPoints. Yeah. So this slide shows us, so this slide shows us that these are the things you have to look out for. If you run a pharmacy, you have to figure out your annual sales. Like maybe, let me talk about annual. So your monthly sales can be monthly, can be daily sales. You have to figure out the cost of sales. So if you made a sale of 1,000, you know that cost of sales is going to be maybe 300 shillings, yeah? And that becomes your gross profits. But now you have other costs. You have your rents, you have your licenses, you have your sales and marketing. Many people forget about sales and marketing and open just a pharmacy and forget. Yeah, electricity, you have to pay salaries, you have to pay other overheads and other miscellaneous costs. Yeah, then you remain with your net profits. Yeah, so if you have a branch, you know, it might be your head office costs and your branch costs. There are other key matrices: the number of staff you have, the square foot area you have, and other key matrices like what's the return? What's the turn on your stocks? Your stocks, how many times are you turning your stocks in a month? Yeah, and what's the return you're getting per staff per the square foot area? These are all things you need to be empowered with to be able to grow your business, for it to be like an investment vehicle for you. Yeah, so that you can get that freedom and ability to innovate. Yeah, I think you saw there was an asterisk under cost of sales. So under cost of sales, the other hidden costs that you never get to, no one gets to tell you. There is expiries, yeah. There is pilferage. So that's where someone has stolen the items that were entered into the system. The slow-moving items. You know, you have to pay for all of this. And if you want to do the math, your net profit is usually around 10%. So that means and 10% is your money. So that means if you sold an item worth 1,000, and please note this down somewhere and go do the math yourself. If you sold an item worth, someone stole from you an item worth 1,000, you have to sell 10 times the 1,000 to return that money. So some of you will end up selling 1 million per month, yet someone has stolen from you 100,000. Yeah, in terms of stocks. And if you divide that by 25 days in a month, that's basically almost like 4,000. Someone stealing from you 4,000. And that's very, I mean, those of you who have worked in a pharmacy, that's very possible. Yeah. And you think you're working for yourself, but you're working for other people. So what are the systems and tools then you need to, and how do you secure yourself on this? Yeah, loss. Of course, there's pilferage. Someone has stolen from you from the cash till. So I mean, I think it's a dream of each and every one of you to diversify and have more than one branch, and you want to be in all those branches. So someone will steal from the till. Someone will steal items that they didn't put in the system. Yeah, so they'll sell to the patient, but not put in the system. Someone will steal their own stocks. So you're coming and seeing your augmentin is in the shelf, but someone is selling their own augmentin. Yeah, poor customer service. This will kill your sales, and poor lack of marketing. Another big thing here also is poor partnership dynamics. Yeah, we have seen this kill many partnerships in the past. There are many, and I mean, these are colleagues. You can go and look at the market and see for yourself. I will not talk about them for avoidance to just talking about colleagues behind their backs. But colleagues who started well ended up, separating. So there was no vision on. Some of us will be working in the business and some of us will be just investors. So some of you, like maybe Dr. Abigail, you're in the UK, you'll have to invest in the pharmacy for your colleagues who are here to run it, yeah? And the vision is run it, expand it, and grow it, yeah? And that's leveraging, yeah? So, but how do you compensate each other, yeah? When you need to add more capital, yeah? So what are the roles? What are our roles, yeah? Will some of you be looking at the finances and doing the books, while some of us do, are handling patients on the ground? Will some of you handling HR issues, yeah? Compensation, yeah? So how do we compensate each other? So it's always good for each of you to have equal shareholding in a pharmacy, in a business, yeah? But if not all of you are working, you need to compensate the one who's working a bit more, even if it's allocating more shares, and we'll share that as we'll be happy to mentor you on all this, yeah? Entry and exit. Some of you will say, after 3 years, I don't want to be in this business. So you exit. I want my money back. So how do you exit? How does someone enter? And how do you exit and continue living the business, to continue to perpetuity with whoever is left? Divesting and reinvesting. So you also have to figure this out. I saw in some of the videos that you guys sent, some of you want to divest, get money and divest into real estate. I think the person who did this very well is Dr. Njoroge and Dr. Otundo of Omaera. I mean, they owned malls, they owned the apartments, they owned all those things, and they still were running their businesses. But be careful how you do that. So we'll be sharing on ways on how to do that and, keeping you accountable, yeah? On what is your money to expand and divest, and what's the money for other people, yeah? So expansion and operational capital, these are different, yeah? How do you resource mobilize for those? I think I will share it from here. Yeah, so there's this big dilemma usually, to stock or not to stock. So you want to stock so that your pharmacy can be optimally stocked, so that your clients come and they are always finding stock. But also there's the issue of you stock, you have to pay, yet your clients are not buying. Yeah. So from our history, we have this, just the reality on the ground. How does that look like? Yeah. And if you look at this table here, before we look at this workflow here, there's usually your theory on how you usually say. So when most of you on your business model, and I think this will look very familiar, you say you'll sell a million after you've broken even, and at the peak of your business after 2 years maybe, yeah, you'll be selling $1 million, yeah, per month. The cost of sales will be 700,000. Your gross profit is 300,000. So I pay my expenses 200,000. So your salaries. So remember, these expenses are just your salaries and all those things, yeah, rent and all that. Then your net profit is 100. So this is your money. This is the money that goes to your pocket, yeah. Then you say, I'll have to have stocks worth just maybe 700,000, just equal to the cost of sales I have every month. So, and my supplier terms will be 30 to 60 days. But the truth on the ground, this is the truth on the ground. You will sell $1 million for sure. That's not a problem. Yeah. Your cost of sales will be 900,000, not 700. How is that? There'll be leaks worth 200,000. Your stocks, the money for the suppliers is 700,000. Your gross profit will be 100,000. Your expenses still remain the same. Yeah. Sometimes even growing. Yeah. Because maybe you're not managing, you're not being a good manager of your business. Then your net profit is a negative. So imagine every month you're losing 100,000. And one thing that no one tells you is, for you to sell $1 million, those of you who have worked in a pharmacy, you have to have 1.5 to 3 times the cost of sales as you are holding stock. Yeah. You cannot grow without stocks. Yeah. So it's a catch-22. Some of you will say, okay, I only have $1 million shillings. I want to start a pharmacy. I want it to sell $1 million shillings per month. That all $1 million will go, half of it will go to fixtures and computers and what have you. The others maybe to the stocks that you bought 700,000. Of course, the 500,000. So you start from there. But because you're also losing this one way or the other, your loss becomes, stays for longer. Yeah. So we'll be discussing with you and sharing with you ways, because all of these things are avoidable. And one of the benefits that you get from working with us is, unlike your supplier, your normal supplier will supply you goods. Maybe they'll supply you this stock, give you 30 days or 60 days to pay. But when the time comes to pay, you have to pay. Yeah. Whether you have sold or not, you have to pay. You have to, also factor in the lead times, the order frequency, and all those things. I mean, nowadays, suppliers will supply to you stocks real time. Yeah. So there's no worry about that. But the thing is, for you to grow, you need to convert your stock outs, this is in red, into sales. Yeah. So, but for you to have a sales, you have to have holding stock. Yeah. So where do you get the money for the holding stock? And I think I'll be sharing a bit later how you come in. But I think at this point, it's asking you, why should you partner with us? There are some 3 questions you should ask yourself. Do you have a plan? And are you on target to realizing that plan? So you say, okay, I have a plan to run my pharmacy. I've been saving X amount. I've come up with my friends. This is what we are doing. You've looked at, I think I need to ask someone to mute themselves. There you go. Yeah, so you've looked at what's the current gap in the market, or even your current gap in your plan to start a pharmacy and the reality. Yeah, and how can you meet that gap? What will be the cost of the lost opportunity in terms of saving and enthusiasm if you don't bridge that gap? Yeah, between where you are right now and where you need to be. And the gap might be lack of mentorship. Yeah, it might be lack of a partner who then comes and you work together in that journey. Yeah, so you have 3 choices. You can keep going, without a mentor. We have seen that 1,000 pharmacies never see their first year of anniversary, so you might risk that. 2, your other choice is go figure this out by yourself. You'll be losing out on an opportunity, like I said, where we've had 15 years of running pharmacies. We've lost money. We have some of our partners broke up with us. Yeah. We've had situations where we've had to, restructure the business and things like that. We've had situations where we've had amazing success. So how do you, again, remain focused so that you don't the success doesn't break you down? Yeah. And or number 3, you can choose out to just partner with us. It's a small investment you can make, but the value you get, the value is tremendous, because you then get to be catapulted, accelerated in your business. Of course, you won't take as long as it took us to reach where we reached, into financial security and financial freedom, but then it also launches you and gives you freedom to be creative. Yeah, because one of the things is, when you have sort of a safety net or a parachute, then you are able to be creative in your sector. It's hung again. Share. So just to introduce you then who Medkit is, and what you'll get from Medkit. I mean, the vision is just to strengthen independent healthcare practices. So one pharmacy at a time, or one clinic at a time, to get strong and sustainable healthcare systems. Our values: transparency, transformation, collaboration, lifelong learning, farsightedness. This has all come out from this lived out experience that we've done. Yeah. So we have experience in leadership, entrepreneurship. We built and grew a pharmacy chain. There are a lot of experiences there with which we are able to now to distill into a program to share with you and work with you. Partnerships, how you can leverage this, as an independent, sort of disenfranchised practitioner to then make yourself having a sustainable business that is like an investment vehicle for yourself, sort of securing your freedom. We'll share tools and standards and systems that we've been able to build. My wife and I are certified coach, so we're working towards that, and we'll be able to avail that then to sort of accelerate you and grow you. So what does it look like? Yeah. What is it that's packaged for you? So there are 6 columns here. So we've structured them according to the needs. The blue there is the needs, and the solution we are offering is in the purple there. So I'll start with the stocks for growth. Yeah. So we'll be offering you 100% stock financing. So you buy, you buy stocks from your preferred suppliers, whether it's Nila or Maera or whoever. We'll take the responsibility of paying that when it's due. 30 days, 60 days, some of it may be cash on due, but you get to pay as you sell. So then it affords you that. Remember when your hands were shackled and said, okay, I can only afford 500,000. But the thing is, your market requires you to have stocks and certain level of comfort that they get by entering your store for you to grow. So we'll be able to afford that as you grow. So we can start at 700, at 500, whatever it is, and grow towards your optimal stocking level so that you're able to turn over the turnover that you require to turn over. So the startup stock, the holding stock, and redistribution of stocks. So stocks that is refusing to move, you'll be able to redistribute that for you. Controls for growth. So we have a proprietary point of sale management, pharmacy management information system. It has built-in accounting. It also can do for you ETR signed signatures for compliance with KRA, human resource management, and so you get that. You get your customized reports. Maintenance is cloud-based, so your reports are there. You're able to give your patient some portability and your supervisors. So imagine when you have 3 or 5 pharmacies, yeah, and how that then you're able to scale that, yeah. So you'll be able to get your data from that. So we have systems for that. So finance for growth. So what you'll find is that opens for you money, yeah. First, for you to have a good point of sale management information system, you require between 50 to 150 or sometimes 200,000 per pharmacy to set up a proper pharmacy management information system. So we save you that, yeah, because we are providing for you for free. It's part of the program, yeah. Savings, you get to save on tying up your money on optimal stocking. So as you sell, you free up your money then for growth, yeah, and diversifying. And diversifying here, we look at, opening another branch, and we are able to support you with stocks security for up to 3 pharmacies, yeah. Then thereafter, that will be more than 5 years later. You will evaluate how that goes, but by that time you will have matured and you're able to even grow other people. So we can partner for you to mentor even more others. Mentorship and growth, because some of you have expressed intent of being mentored so that you can mentor others, yeah. Mentorship and growth, so we'll offer you one-on-one and group support. So you'll support yourselves, we'll grow, we'll work with you one-on-one. Your issues are unique to yourself, we'll help you with that. Finance, human resource, the systems and control, sales and marketing strategies, and business development. You want to undergo change like Dr. Warom, where he is, that's why we are here, and we'll work with you one-on-one on that. Fallback support and group benefits, these are a bit later. Group benefits is where, bulk, you get better price products. So we'll be able to negotiate with Kinanila and Omaera to give us better prices because of the volumes you're buying, or even just do it ourselves like that. I think fallback support is just looking at your budgets and seeing how we can help you with that. And really, it's just looking at the needs. What are the needs, and how do we help you with that? So the desired growth and risks, yeah, and what are the next steps? So an important guiding principle for us and what success will look like is, and this is how even us we started. Like I told you, we started with. It's interesting. We started with we were 5 of us. Then we said one of us will start running the pharmacy. The rest of us took careers elsewhere, and only 2 of us came to run the business full time. Yeah. So you might start and say, okay, let's start with 1 pharmacy, And the vision is like, it's better to pick 50,000 from 3 other pharmacies instead of picking 150 from one pharmacy, because then it won't be able to grow and grow others. You know, that's like your seed. That net profit is your seed, yeah? So the desired results is this, to your left here. So there are two models we've seen. From the data we have from having run the different branches, we know that estate pharmacies do very well. One, you don't get asked for goodwill, like in the big malls. If you can get a good mall location and you don't pay goodwill, that'll be perfect for you. Opposite a mall and things like that. So you want to get a pharmacy, and so there are two types of estate pharmacies. A small one that it will peak at 750. It never grows beyond 750. Maybe when there's COVID, there's a crisis, it will grow to 1 million. Yeah. In terms of, so it will go for 1 million monthly sales. Yeah, with stocks that it will every month it will reach a ceiling of 750 in terms of like the cost of sales. Yeah. So this is meant to be cost of sales. So that's a small pharmacy. It's a small, 4 by 3 meters. Then there's another one, a medium one. It's 4 by 8 meters. So that one will maybe grow to 2.8 million. So those are like in Kasarani, at the arteries of, at the main road of into an estate, in Embakasi, those kind of places, you can grow to that level of monthly turnover. Yeah. But that's like 2 to 3 years for that branch to reach there. The risk, of course, is garbage in, garbage out. Yeah. If you don't have any commitment you're putting into this vision or plan, of course you'll get garbage out. Yeah? And to counter that, we'll work with you to build diligence, visioning, hope, effective communication, how to seek counsel, gratitude, honesty, fairness, generosity, conflict resolution, constructive criticism, how to accept that and receive that so that you grow, repairing relationship. This is very key because one thing I've seen with healthcare entrepreneurs is because we are the students, we tend to feel we don't learn from other people. Yeah. The problem with that, you make mistakes and that even catastrophic. Yeah. And also you burn your bridges. Yeah. So you find that, and you see this. We have many pharmacists who have picked goods from other colleagues. They refuse to pay, can't pay, won't pay. Take me to court. They're fighting, and you can even see it when I was campaigning for PSK presidency and how we all, guys were just, too mucky and too many fights. Yeah. And that's, I guess, why we came up with the code of ethics for pharmacy practice. And of course, so we'll discuss, so we are presenting, you'll do a Q&A, we'll get to know you, then we'll do the contracts, those who are willing to work. So there's the current call. Yeah. So what's the opportunity? For us, the opportunity is to transform the market, one healthcare entrepreneur at a time. So that means one pharmacist, one passionate healthcare entrepreneur at a time. Because we all believe that the space is so murky, so chaotic, and we want to put in hope in the sector. Yeah. Of course, for us is to mentor you, invest in you, and to get to see that fruit grow in you. Yeah. You'll realize and many of you applied for the accommodation scholarship. So this is limited to anyone who would like to live along Mombasa Road, maybe do a practice in Mombasa Road. And here, it's just even from my own learned experience. So I think Dr. Mwaniki is in here, one of my founding partners in Haltons. And we used to live in one house. Yeah, we used to live in a 3-bedroom house because we had our first pharmacy was on Koinange Street. So we used to live on Bagadi Way. And sometimes when your business is not doing well, we'd walk to the business. Yeah, we'd walk from Bagadi, up on Bagadi, the city mortuary. Behind the city mortuary, there's some apartments. So we used to live there. So we'd walk, open the pharmacy, close in the evening, and walk back. Yeah, and that helped because we live next to the pharmacy. And I know Dr. Wanjoy has moved to where his pharmacy is, and that gives you so much bandwidth to be able to give to your business. Yeah, you open early and close late. Yeah, because it's like a child. It needs to be mentored. Yeah, but the limited the limited accommodation scholarship, so it's available. So any of you who maybe you're a team, you want to live along Mombasa Road, we provide you the accommodation for 2 to 3 years. Again, it's a scholarship to be able so that you can focus on your business. It's like us giving back to you for it being a benefit to us. Yeah? And I encourage any of you, maybe you are in Eldoret, get a couple of you, live in one place close to where your pharmacy is, and grow, and you'll be able to see growth.
Yeah, Dr. Louis, yeah, very much, yeah. And yeah, just commenting. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. Yeah. So Dr. Maniki, those of you who don't know him, Francis, Jackie, and Dr. Edwin Baraza and Dr. Ndambuki and I were the founders of Haltons, and we just we were classmates, we were friends, and we've just grown, and we are so close friends even up to now. We invest together, we grow together. So the program benefits. So this is what we expect that after the program you'll be able to get, out of this program. An understanding of your current personal, professional, and business proposition. Where are you right now? Because it's also mentorship, So understanding the major driver of your business and your practice. Is it gonna be MTM? Is it gonna be what is it? What's gonna drive your business? Understand and identify opportunities. Strengthen your decision-making and negotiation skills, navigate future practice and business transitions or challenges, initiate and lead personal change, and together we're gonna initiate a change in the sector. So we want to create a movement. So formulate optimal partnering strategies. Like I said, how do you enter into a partnership? How do you exit? So that without catastrophic failure, building a rewarding and enduring network of Medkit coaches and peers. So some of you will empower you to be coaches of other coaches, of other peers. You'll be peers to each other. Analyze existing resources and build new capabilities out of them, because sometimes what you have is what you have. So how do we exploit that and grow it and achieve personal and professional fulfillment and growth and sustainability? Sustainability is key because we need you to be profitable, and sometimes the decisions that you have to make to be profitable sometimes give you so much anxiety, you choose the easier way. But by having mentors, then you're able to grow. So how is our model different from other models? So there are maybe two others I haven't put here. So there's banks. Banks can help you. They'll give you a loan to go and buy the stocks or do whatever it is. But from there, you're on your own. Every month, they'll want you to pay them the amount, or you'll face auction or something like that. Two, you are no more supplier. The best, and we actually got that mentorship from Dr. Irungu and maybe Dr. Njoroge, the late Dr. Njoroge. But the best they can do is give you stocks, and then you're on your own. They'll never come sit down with you and show you the ropes and things like that. And this is what we are offering. So I'll speak maybe if you are technology partners, maybe it's your software provider, they just give you the software and leave you alone. So us, we are providing the software and also working with you. So it's interesting because we have received money from incubators and I think accelerators and private equity. So I'll share with you how they're all different. So with Medkit, the duration is like a 5-year renewable contract. So we give you a 5-year renewable contract. Incubators give you a 1 to 5 year. Angel investors they're always inside there. Accelerators 3 to 6 months. Cohorts means like, do we learn together? So for Medkit, we learn together. The business model for others is rent. They give you a space to do your business. You pay them rent. Some they take profits and dividends from you because they are like your equity investors. If you guys have watched Shark Tank, you get to know of angel investors. I think there's even the one for Kenya. What is it called? The one for Kenya? The KCB one, where they invest in you. They take 20% of your business, give you 5 million, 2 million, like that. For us, it's the model is a commission on the cost of sales, because remember we put in money for the cost of sales, so you don't have to put in money for the cost of sales. Selection is non-competitive. For the others or competitive and cyclical. For us, it's non-competitive and cyclical. We're just looking for the person who's willing and motivated. and has a level of commitment. You know, they have invested in a business, they are, you know, they are ready to invest in a business, and we are coming in to co-invest. Yeah. Education will support you with the one-to-one or peer-to-peer. Will give you systems, legal advice, you know, insights into legal, human resource strategies, finance and management, business development, sales and marketing. Mentorship, the rest is minimal. For us, it can be intense or minimal. It's all driven by your needs. Yeah, but we are there to afford you support, encouragement, and accountability. The purpose of all this. For others is to help startups, you know, set up their foundations and things like that. For us is to advance sustainable growth. So we want to see you, you know, be transformed, empowered, and be able to multiply your business and leverage it to, you know, as an investment vehicle. Yeah. Investments. What sort of investment do they do? Some don't take, incubators don't take equity. The rest, angel investors and accelerator take equity, yeah, and they invest an amount. Yeah. For us, we don't take equity. We are coming in, we're investing, but we are investing in the cost of sales. So all your capital requirement for stocks will bear that. Yeah. You have taken stocks, you haven't been able to pay for it, we will pay for the supplier for that. But we have systems on how to optimize that. Yeah. Funding, where do they get their funding from? Some get it from NGOs, some get it for profit investors. Us, we get it from for profit investors. So my wife and I, Dr. Maniki, we put in the money for the stocks, and we are seeking to build a sustainable network. So for us is for Medkit to always be there to mentor others so that we can create a movement, yeah? Because we want you guys to have the freedom of independent pharmacies, but the power and might of a chain, you see. And of course, the target is, for us, is a healthcare practice or a business startup that is undergoing change or wants to start up, but the entrepreneurs have to be available, motivated, committed, proactive, performing, and lastly, potential. So we're not just looking for potential. You have to be committed. You have to be available. You know, maybe you're 4 of you, but at least one of you has to be available to run, to be there, and things like that. Then that's how we'll work with you. Some of you might be asking, but I'm just a small independent pharmacy. Yeah. So you remember there was one of the things was 67 pharmacies, 67 startups failed because of lack of branding. So we come into brand. Yeah. So that someone starts seeing, even if they're seeing a Tawi pharmacy somewhere, or Abigail pharmacy somewhere, or a Bethel pharmacy somewhere, yeah, maybe they've seen 1 or 2, but when they start seeing that there's a network, then, you know, you enter people's minds. And that network is always, you know, insurance companies at the time when they want, they'll come in and you're able to negotiate with them because you are a network, yeah? And the system you'll be using was the same platform. So even the billing and all that, you can build them, you know, in the right way, yeah. So some of you might be saying, oh, the other big giants there, you know, there's just like there was Skype with I mean, there was Skype before, but nowadays we talk Zoom, yeah. The thing is, we organize ourselves and we start, but we have to start with the people who are willing and motivated. One of the famous accelerators, so we are almost like a hybrid. Eh? One of the famous accelerators that I know about is this one that, I don't know if you guys know of this accelerator, but it's called Y Combinator. Yeah? The same accelerator that invested in accelerated Airbnb, Dropbox, WePay, Instacart, and many other big names. Yeah? Even what's that? Uber came out from an accelerator program. Yeah? And we actually, we and Monique can attest to this. We used to be on an accelerator program, yeah. But now we are looking at the pharmacy sector and seeing in the healthcare sector, we are actually preparing a program that is suited best for you, yeah. Here are the terms and conditions. I'll go deeper into this when we are doing contracting. When you guys are ready, the ones who are ready to come in, yeah, because maybe not everyone will be interested to come in with us at this point. Eh? Some of you might choose and wait and see, but we're looking for the guys who are interested right now. So here is just basically the burden will check your burden and exits, for example, yeah, because any partnership has to have an exit. Yeah. So, and I think the terms and condition is just in the interest of transparency. So you may be asking yourself, I mean, are you ready for this? Yeah. And I mean, the question, I mean, for us is you have two options. If you want to start this thing, you can either be an example or a warning. A warning is like usikwe, you start your pharmacy, usikwe kama ule alianza pharmacy yake, alianza kliniki yake, and they close within 1 year. Yeah. You want to be an example, a mentor, yeah, an inspiration, yeah, that you actually grew and accelerated other people. So we have already run that race as a warning, yeah, and also as an example. So we don't want you to go the route of being a warning. We want you to be in the example, the route of being an example. So we want to partner with you so that you can leverage on our shoulders as your starting points, and you are able to, have the freedom to be launched and go even further. And, we work together. So you guys would be, the guys who take up the program will be the pioneers. I happen to know these two pioneers. I read about them, but the one to the left is Julius. I know him personally. If you guys remember, they were the pioneers for M-Pesa. Yeah, they were the pioneer M-Pesa agents. Yeah, and I remember asking Julius, how comes you invested in M-Pesa that early? Yeah. The thing was, he just said he believed in the structure. He saw the structure and saw the potential of the structure. So even as we are looking for someone who sees the potential in the structure, yeah, so that we can launch ourselves and grow and accelerate ourselves and use, turn independent pharmacy owners into like chain independent pharmacy owners that then give you freedom, financial freedom to, as an investment vehicle, and you're able to grow and grow yourself. So you may be asking yourself, are you ready? If you're ready, you have a plan, you have a location, you have a group of people, you have some commitment in terms of this is what you've been planning for, or you've been motivated to start, yeah, because you see the value of working with someone who's worked there before, and having them as putting in their money as well together with you. I think the thing you have to do is note that phone number. I think I've WhatsApped maybe 75% of you. Just WhatsApp this number saying ready, and we'll reach out to you and now give you the the contractual terms and see when you're willing and ready to start. Do you want to take up the accommodation fellowship? We'll be willing to offer that to you. So we get to support you with rent free. You live rent free for 2 to 3 years while you do your startup and grow, so long as you're working together and helping you with that. So for me, that's it. Maybe I'll stop there and take questions. Maybe a question though is, if Jackie, you have anything to add, or Francis? You're fine? Okay. Francis,
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, they have nothing to add.
Yeah.
Just comment is as mentioned. We are ready. Who is ready to take up all the challenges with us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long journey, but everything starts with the first step. It's always the first step is the most critical. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Moniki. So you can be thinking of your questions. I can see some questions here coming through. Maybe I can I'll even start with them. Will Medkit be the supplier of the startup pharmacy? No, because if you open a pharmacy in Eldoret, we don't want to lock you and say you have to wait for goods to come to us and we'll open an account for you in the main suppliers, the main suppliers that you have. Whoever you want, you go, and so long as the supplier is a genuine supplier, we'll come in and open that account, supplier account, yeah? So it will be, it's almost like we are co-investing. If it's Warom who's a supplier, we'll come and open an account there. Then Warom, it's me who will pay, yeah? I can see Warom is there, he's nodding his head. It's me who will pay. If Warom is your preferred supplier, is the one who gives you the best price, we'll go open an account there, then he'll supply you. Now, he'll supply you, then you'll sell. As you sell, you'll be able to pay, yeah? Now, Warom, when 60 days comes, he doesn't want stories, he wants his money. So me, I'll give him his money. Yeah. Some suppliers will say, no, pay cash. So we'll pay cash. Yeah. Then the goods will come to you. Yeah. Another question, what will be the cost implication on the drugs? Will Medkit.Network push the prices higher? No. For us, if anything, we are looking to push the prices down. If I bring business to Warom, because Warom has a wholesale, if I bring business to him, Warom would rather have one client who pays him 10 million per month than 10 clients who pay him 1 million. Yeah. So I'll tell Warom, give us another discount. So the discount Warom gives me, I share it with you. Yeah. So even it's able to leverage your prices, making you competitive in the market. So you then either keep the margin or you pass the margin to your clients. But again, one of the things you will learn is one of your strategies, yes, this price as a market entry strategy, but also the other strategy is your customer service and your systems, what will have been able to build effectiveness and efficiency. Glad to, yeah, thank you, Jay, for introducing yourself. I'm looking for any other questions. I can see Hezron, you have a Hezron, I thought I read that Hezron owns a pharmacy, but there are pharmacy students who actually own pharmacies. I actually mentor one in Syokimau. He actually has opened 2 of them, and he's an amazing young man. I think I'll send a shout out to Dr. Wanjohi. I think he's in the house. I also mentor him, and we work together. So all we're doing here is looking for people who are motivated and interested in, putting their money where their mouth is and their time where their mouth is. So any questions? I can't see any other questions. Maybe you can unmute your mic and, I can see the new question. So Stacy, Stacy, how is the commission agreed upon? So we said we don't take equity, we don't take rent. So we take a commission. So it's a 5%, yeah? So you know that when you sell your goods, you put a markup of maybe 30%. Maybe you'll give your clients another 5% discount, yeah? And you remain with 25 or 20%. So we'll take 5%, yeah? What that will go to do is save you the money of pilferage, because you don't have to worry about pilferage. You don't have to worry about dead stock. You don't have to worry. So that goes to cover that cost. You don't have to worry about late payment for stock. Yeah, we'll cover that cost. Yeah, if we have to borrow the money and then pay that. Yeah, so that will be the cost. So you then get the freedom. So what we are doing is availing you freedom. So for that cost, we are availing you the freedom to innovate, replow your profits. Yeah. There's nothing as bad as a harassed entrepreneur. You have creditors on your neck and all that. Yeah. So we'll take that burden. Yeah. What are the requirements of a startup pharmacy as per the store requirements? I think it's Agre who's asking this question. First, you have to partner. You have to partner with professional, and they have to be the majority shareholder according to the PPB requirements. And so you can come in as an investor, but you work with them. Yeah. And for us, actually, we will only work with entities that have professionals as shareholders. Yeah, because some of you here might not have. You are ready, but you don't have. I mean, you are saving. You haven't saved, so you have to. Maybe you'll have to do the next. You have to come in on the next program cycle. So save for the next 1 year. Look for a partner, then come in and we'll help you manage that partnership. So we'll come in and help you manage that partnership. Will your business structure be unique to everybody, or will it be the same for all startups like the Haltons in terms of branding? So what we'll do, we'll also help you with co-marketing and co-branding. I mean, if you want to do a medical camp, we'll also come in and help you with that budget and what have you. Because one of the things that many startups do is they fail to plan for sales and marketing. Yeah, so we'll come in and also do that. Yeah, so that's a value that you get, so that you get that acceleration of sort of like a chain, but you are an independent pharmacy. How many pharmacies are you looking to start up with this program? We'll work even if we get one, we'll work with that. Yeah. If we get one that is a group, like maybe you are 3 or 4 of you, we'll work with you and work with you. And also, of course, we'll want to grow you guys to a point where you have 3 other pharmacies, you know, and that's the level of our commitment. Yeah. But all that is growth is, you know, we help you with the store sourcing. There are certain matrices we look at on how to get at the right location and things like that. How many pharmacists are you? Okay. Do you have a limit on how many people can operate a certain location? Yeah. So one of the benefits you get with the medkits is you won't get undercutting or competitive, you know, poor business competition. You know, where one medkit is one medkit partner is next to another. No. We'll zone. Yeah. So that even the competitive advantage we have and build together, you get to benefit in the market. Yeah. So if you're in Kilimani, we won't put someone else in your radius. You know, we'll put someone else, you know, in Lavington, for example. Yeah. If you are in Langas, you know, like that, you know, we'll put someone else in another location. I saw your website. Will you work with physicians? Does that mean you are hoping to start inside location? So the beauty of having a platform or a network is actually our platform already has inbuilt systems for physicians. And as we are moving towards the age of telemedicine, you yourself if you're in Nakuru, for example, or Eldoret, you can recruit the other hospitals around you to use the platform, and you guys are able, you know, you are their pharmacy. So consultant specialist puts the prescription in the system and they come and pick in your pharmacy. You know, you don't have to invest in that platform. Yeah, it's already there. So that's the kind of work we look at implementing. The 200-meter rule for PVB can be a bit of a challenge. Can Medkit help with accessing a location suitable for startup? Yeah, we can help with, you know, looking for a location for you, but ultimately it's for you to put up the startup capital and maybe the operational costs for the 9 months till it breaks even. Then us will cover the cost for the inventory, yeah, as you grow, because your growth requirements, you know, are quite something. How will Medkit partner? I think I've answered that. How will Medkit partner with consultancies? This is from Dr. Kasandi. I know Dr. Kasandi wants to run. Maybe you can elaborate. But from what I understood is you want to run a consultancy pharmacy practice. Yeah. So where you just see your patients and you see your patients and you give them pharmacy, you know, you give them MTM support and they get their medicines elsewhere. So we can partner with that through the network. And if the nearest medkit pharmacy to you is the one that will supply your patients with the medicine, and you guys can agree on a commission on how you refer patients to each other. But in terms of like, do we put in money on that? We don't put money on that. You have to put in money yourself on getting your practice space. We can help market you, but really that's how we partner with pharmacy consultancies. How much time do you have to decide if you're ready? Yeah, so how much time you decide if you're ready? You have 6 months. I mean, it's an ongoing journey. Yeah, if you come to us 6 months later, you come to us now, we're able to start now. You come to us 6 months from now, we can start. You are ready. I mean, it's upon you. That's really upon you. But remember, it's for the willing. You know, we are forming a coalition of the willing. Dr. Aron says you are ready. That's good to know. So WhatsApp ready to the WhatsApp number I gave you. Then we'll be able to follow up. If you are ready and you want to be followed up, maybe you need more information like that, please just WhatsApp you're ready. The assumption is even if you had applied and you are not, you know, you haven't say that you are ready. So this is the last step of application. You say you are ready, then now we can now talk one-on-one, yeah, and now design something for you, you know. So that's what we are. Yeah, so I see here a question from Amos. Do you limit the amount of stock to be ordered? No, we don't limit, but we have algorithms in the system that, I mean, you're ordering, augmenting, yet we haven't seen that you have sold any, you know. So why are you ordering more, you know? So the algorithm will tell you. So you just order as much. Thank you, Bao, for reminding me about KCB Lions Den. So basically it's the same thing, but here we work with you and we invest with you. I see anything else? One more question. Can we have the presentation to read later? Okay, so just reach out on the WhatsApp. So just one-on-one. So now we work with, we just discuss one-on-one. So now the last point of application is for you to reach out and say you are interested to take this further. Maybe you've been listening and saying, actually, this is not for me. Yeah, it's okay. There's no love lost. It's okay. Maybe you'll be ready next cycle. You know, right? Maybe you are the kind of people who say, I'm not an early adopter. It's also good. Yeah, yeah. But we're looking for early adopters. Yeah. And you know, the early adopters are the ones who get the cream of them. Like the Safaricom M-Pesa early adopter agents, yeah? The deal they got is different from the deal the other ones got, yeah. I can close the meeting. Before I close, it's just to thank you all and bless you all for just coming. Yeah, agree. Arnold, oh yeah.
Hi, I'd like to just ask a question in regards to an unprofessional pharmacist.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the fitness industry for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And one of the problems with the industry is there is no direct place for someone to actually be referred. Many people, you go to hospital and they are told, we recommend you exercise, but the doctor does not know where to send you. And if they go to a pharmacy to get their, let's say, insulin, the pharmacist, even if they see that person needs more help than just the medication, they don't know where to send them. So the idea I have is there are pharmacies right now who are offering wellness solutions. Like when you go there, they'll tell you, we'll get your BMI, or we'll advise you about lifestyle.
Yeah.
But apart from the awareness, there is no solution that is offered. Like we are putting you on a program for the next 3 months to manage your cholesterol level. There's no one doing that. So I'm thinking if most of the clients either go to the hospital or to the pharmacy, and no pharmacy is doing that, and no hospital is doing that, I want to come in, but I'm not a pharmacist by profession. Like you said, we can partner, but the pharmacist has to be the person owning the majority stake in the business. So is there any guidance for me, non-pharmacists, to actually be comfortable in this network, that whatever that I want to do, I'll get the mentorship so that I don't have to be on crossroad with the government?
Okay, actually, that's a very good question. There's a big market for sports medicine and wellness, the wellness care in this country. Yeah. So a pharmacist or a pharmacist can say, let's me pick like Amos or Ivy can say, I'm passionate about what you're talking about, Arnold. Yeah? I'm passionate about that, but I don't have that extra skill. Yeah, or so I can partner with you. Yeah. So the thing is, and you can even reach out and say, can I get, because you'll be co-investing with them. Yeah. So can you partner with Amos, for example, to put up a pharmacy in next to Kasarani Sports Stadium or wherever there's a market for gym, sports, people who are working out and things like that. Then you create a niche pharmacy. Yes, it's a pharmacy, it's open for other things, but also it has a niche, yeah? That's really open, and it's really upon you to get a partner then that you're aligned in your values and vision, yeah? and you get help then to help you make the partnership work, because you also need, like to get skills of just working together. And because like when we run our pharmacy, we actively were 4 of us, yeah, 5 plus my wife, and we would Edwin is a health economist. Actually, he doesn't think he's a pharmacist anymore because he doesn't practice. He was a health economist. We allowed him to go pursue his journey that way. He invested. Francis came in. Francis does importation of pharmaceuticals. Who else? Ndambuki runs a university now. Myself, I am a community pharmacist. My wife does clinical trials, so you still find her at the pharmacy, but it's not. And she has invested her money, yeah. But now the thing is, then you also have to get them partnerships like those, and you assign roles. What will be your role, Arnold, in this business? What will be your role, Amos? Because when you come together, then you leverage. But also when you come together and you work with someone like us who have managed partnerships before that have failed and worked, will be able to even help your partnership work. Because people are scared of partnerships just because they have seen other bad ones. But the thing is, there's a way for making them work. Yeah. So just reach out and say you need a partnership, and we'll be able to. If Ivy, for example, or Amos says I'm ready, but I'm not yet. I need a partner. Reach out and say that's what you need. Then we'll be able to look amongst the network and see, can you get someone in a partnership? We'll be able to profile you guys and pair you guys up. All right. Any other question?
I have a question, Dr.
Amos, yeah.
And we know that when we start the business and we start the network, maybe for the first 2 or 3 years, the business will pick up very nicely.
Yeah.
And because of branding, people will start coming. And as for me, I've seen that when you are starting Haltons, you are making 1 million, 2 million per month. But for the next few months or few years, it started growing down. So which lesson have you learned from that, so that when we start this one, it will be able to maintain it or sustain it for a long period of time?
Yeah. So that's a good question, Amos. And Amos was with us. I think you worked in Umoja. You worked in, where you see a pharmacy starting selling per month. It sells maybe like 400,000 per month, 200,000 per month, 400,000. Maybe after 8 months, it's reached 1 million. Kina Kasarani, maybe after 1 year, 1 year and a half, it has reached 2 million, like that. Then it reaches a point where it plateaus. It will plateau because maybe the space is the space. It can't grow beyond that. And the market is the market, yeah? So what you do is you open another branch in Wiki, for example, yeah? Further down, yeah? Then you see that one also grow, because then it will grow without eating this other market. So 2 lessons that we learned is partnerships. So partnerships in terms of management, because a big issue came when we partner with partners who the vision of the business is not aligned to your vision. So now we started pulling apart, and then things are falling through the cracks. The other part is picking out locations that don't cannibalize on others. Yeah, so you'll find that maybe you can pick a location and you start eating the other location. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying zoning is very important. Yeah, and so I'll say that the biggest lesson I've learned from that is zoning, and the partners. The partners you pick, because kianza kuvurutana, you start seeing the business going down like this.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just with the system, the efficiency is just it allows us to afford you the investment in your inventory, to give you freedom on your net profits to then invest that. So you remember that slide I shared where just allow me to close with this slide. Allow me to close with this slide. Allow me to close with this slide and leave you with this slide. So you remember when you start your business, your business model, you assume you'll get a net profit of 10%, but the reality on the ground is not that, because of this, because of the leaks, the cost of sales. The cost of sales, the real cost of sales is the pilferage. So from the systems we've been able to build and the proprietary platforms that we've been able to build, we are so sure of taking up the risk of putting the inventory, yeah, so that you yourself get your net profit. You understand? You get your net profit there, yeah, and you're able to without it eating into your then now you can plow that into the business and reinvest it, grow your business and things like that. Because we don't want we're not just interested in someone who just wants also just to open one pharmacy. That's okay. It would be good to have one or two to leverage and diversify your investment. You never know what happens in the future. A lease might be closed. You might be chased away from this location, like that, and you have something else. Yeah. So allow me to close the meeting, unless there's a burning question. Allow me to close the meeting and say thank you all for coming. Please reach out on the WhatsApp just to confirm if you're interested in taking this further. You're looking for a partner, you already have partners, you already have investment, you already have your savings rather, and you have a location, you want help with a location and things like that. Reach out and say you're interested in taking this further, then we'll reach out and one-on-one and work on that. Agri, you have something to say? I can see your hand is raised.
Yes, Doc. I just one more question maybe before we close.
Yeah.
I know you've actually talked about 1,000 pharmacies not reach their anniversary of 1 year. This is very true. I've had friends who have actually opened pharmacies and straight actually out of school, and right now their pharmacies are out of business. So the biggest challenge usually is the financial management, because most of them get money, they don't know how to spend it, they don't know how to use the cash flow. So is Medkit able to provide mentorship in terms of financial management? Because that is the biggest challenge that most people are experiencing out
here. Yeah. No, thank you, Agri, for that. And I know you're passionate about finance management. So that's a good question. And basically, that's why we're here. We're here to work with you on that. Moniki will explain to you, when we opened our first pharmacy on Koinange Street, the first day we made a sale of 50K. Our client, a very prominent client, he came and bought 50. Okay, total we made a sale of maybe almost 100, by the way. From that one person, he bought things worth 50K, paid us in cash, and we were so pumped. But then you realize that 50K, or if that's 100K, your money probably is 10K, because 30K is the profit, but 20K goes to pay expenses, and 70K goes to pay the supplier. Yeah, then your money is 10K. So when you get $1 million in the bank at the end of the month, hey, you think you have $1 million, but 700 is for the supplier, 200,000 is for your landlord, your employees, whatever, electricity. Then 100,000 is the one that is yours. Now, if people have been stealing, you don't even have the 100,000. You have it in cash, but you don't have it in stocks, like that. Yeah. And that's now where we come in and work with you and, help pace with you and give you that responsibility and accountability. All right. All right, sorry, I was muted. So as a way of signing out and beating the competition, can Medkit assist in partnering with prescribers? That's with the platform, that's exactly what we are here. And we'll just do it subliminal. Then one day people will just realize there's someone who's already networked the market. So you want to network with a network. Yeah, we have to have willing pharmacists and pharmacies that are there to be able to support these prescribers. Yeah. So thank you, and all the best. Thank you for applying. So I look forward to you guys completing your application by opting in for more information and seeking more support, and we take this further. Thank you all, guys. Proud of you all for being here, and I'm really, truly humbled for having you all. Thank you. You can leave at your own pleasure. You can have the tea that you're having on us. Yeah, but thank you, guys. Thank you. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Doc, can we get the presentation?
Yes, I'll share. Just request for it on WhatsApp.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Thank you.